First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rokan double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aqua to believe in all sincerity. This is going to be a follow up, okay, of this video that I did earlier, okay, entitled, While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light, okay. This video that I'm doing now is going to be entitled, I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh. And this is just an addition to the video that I had done prior, earlier today. Okay, I didn't get to, touch on this part or on this topic, if you will. But as I said in the last video, I had perceived, something, when I was among Jake, okay, a couple days ago, and I I perceived that Jake was, uh, in the gall of bitterness. They had like no light. There was like a darkness around Jake. And not only that, but they were infirm. They were feeble. They were sick. And that's why we tell Jake, depart, for this is not your rest. Okay. Let's get this in the book of Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. And if you ever, walked by an empty lot, okay, that hasn't been inhabited for a long time, you see bottle caps, broken glass, couches, all manner of trash. It's just totally polluted. Well, that's what living in Babylon is like. It's very polluted, and it'll destroy you. It'll destroy you with a sore destruction. Okay, this place is becoming like Sodom and Gomorrah, and if you read the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah, the five cities were destroyed. Okay, so through the Spirit, those of us who have woken up, to this, glorious knowledge that we're the Israelites, and the Lord gave us laws, judgments, statutes, and commandments. We feel like it's it's a responsibility to, to tell Jake to depart, because this place, it'll destroy you with a sword destruction. Okay. And one thing that, I always tell people, hey, you can't beat the streets, you cannot beat the streets, man. If that street life will end you. You got a lot of people out there that say they're big and they're bad and whatnot, but in all actuality, there's always someone badder than you. There's judgment, at every corner, and there are people they don't see. They don't know who smites them. They don't know, that the people and the situations that they put themselves in are ultimately it's death. Okay, there's just wickedness, you see, and the more you dwell, okay, in this world, the more you understand, that it'll take you under. It reminds me of this song by the group War. The world is a ghetto. Everywhere you go, if you want to indulge, in sex, drugs, and crime, you can find it anywhere. Okay, but best believe that those things will destroy you. Okay, with a sword destruction. You will pay for the things that you commit in this life. They don't teach you that in the school system. They don't teach you that in church. That the decisions that you make now will ultimately affect you in the long run. Okay, I want to start here in the book of Galatians 6 and 7. It says, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay? Yeah, be not deceived. Okay? Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. Whatever you sow, that shall ye reap. Okay? And it's this scripture right here is likened into, putting a seed into the ground. Okay? You put an apple seed, you're gonna grow apples. The same thing with you know, with us, men. What we sow, that shall we reap. This is for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. Okay, so if you sow to your flesh, of the flesh reap corruption, and you see that, you see that out there with Jake. That's something that I encountered. I encountered Jake. They're basically, they're corrupted. They have corrupted themselves by being in this world and partaking of the things in it. They become corrupt. You see, they sow to the flesh, and they're reaping corruption. It's he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. It's like, an alcoholic. If you spend 30, 40 years of drinking, then you wonder why your body doesn't work. Well, there's a reason for that, because you didn't sow to the flesh. You see, but if you sow to the spirit, you shall reap life everlasting. Okay. If you mind the things of the spirit, you're going to be spiritual, to the point of salvation. You're going to, grow in the spirit. You're going to, be fortified, in the faith, in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High, in these scriptures. And these scriptures have the ability to save you, This is, we'll get this. This is Romans 6:19. And I'm gonna say this. At one point we were, in the world, partaking of the things of the flesh, and basically destroying ourselves. But through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, we stopped doing those things. Okay. But let's get this. This is Romans 6:16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are? To whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. Okay, so, according to, you are who you serve. Okay. So like, if you, give yourself over to Satan, then you're Satan's servant. But if you give yourself over to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then that's who you obey. Okay, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. So you have to obey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, these scriptures. Okay, because in that way, you sow to the spirit, and you reap life everlasting. So it says, but the Most High be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart the form of doctrine which was delivered unto you. Okay. So the Most High, we thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that we were at once the servants of sin, but now, we obey that doctrine, okay, that was delivered unto us, which is this truth. Okay. It says, being then made free from sin, you became the servants of righteousness. So you come into the truth, you start to obey righteousness and not sin. It says, but the Most High be thanked that ye were the servants. Oh, Salak 19. I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh. For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness. And when you go into the NLT, it basically says, because of the weakness of your human nature, I am using the illustration of slavery to help you understand all this. Previously, you let yourselves be slaves to impurity and lawlessness, which led even ever deeper into sin. Now you must give yourselves to be slaves to righteousness, living so that you will become holy. Okay. So, some men come into the truth and they're actually, they're actually sick. Now, when you go into this word infirmity,
Strong's G 769. Asthenia. Asthenia.
it says feebleness of health or sickness. And that's the point I want to make. Some men, okay, come into the truth and their health is not that good, or they're sick. Okay, and that's ultimately because they yielded their members, right, their body, okay, to be servants to Satan, to uncleanness and to iniquity. You see, at one point, we were deceived, doing whatever pleased the body, sowing to the flesh. Okay, and as I mentioned, you don't understand at that time that that you're actually corrupting yourself. You see, but this truth teaches you, balance, teaches you how to be holy, teaches you how to be upright. You see, it teaches you how to discern between good and evil, so you don't waste yourself away. So Paul had to speak, to the church at Rome and tell them basically, even so now yield your member servants to righteousness unto holiness. So, the now that you come to the truth, now that you hear this word, hey, you stop doing those deeds that actually bring forth death. They bring forth corruption, smoking, you know, hitting everything that walks, right? Drinking, nonstop, doing drugs. That's a big one. You see, you stop doing those things, which ultimately all that corrupts the flesh. You yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness. And Jake, oh my goodness, Jake is decaying. There's a there's a lack of restraint among our youth. There's a lack of restraint and control among, our people, So, as you once were servants to uncleanness and to iniquity to the point where your flesh is corrupt, got emphysema, what I mean? You got cirrhosis now, because you're gonna have believers that are sick, that because they went hard in the world. But now, and those are judgments, those are punishments, no lie. But now you yield your members, right, your body parts, servants to righteousness unto holiness. You see, that's the lesson that our people, man, they, unfortunately, they learn too late, But nonetheless, if you come into the knowledge, man, the Lord is with the infirm, right? This is 2 Peter 1 and 2. Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of the Most High and of Yahushua our Lord, according as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life. You see, we have things, knowledge that pertains unto life and godliness. It's just through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. It's the knowledge that we've been given. It brings life, it brings godliness, glory, and virtue. Not the world. The world is going to tell you to live as, do as thou wilt, go hard. Look at Lil Wayne, look how he looks. Look, other guys, rock stars, just live and party like a rock star. Then you get old and you can't even get out of bed and, whatnot. No, that's off. And it's just something that I perceived among our people. They're just in darkness, the belly of bitterness. It's like, man, put down the drugs, man. Damn. In any event, it says, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. You see, it's this knowledge that gives us life, godliness, and glory and virtue, as I mentioned above. You see, but the great and precious promises, you know, they give you that ambition to be partakers of divine nature. Okay, and brothers have escaped corruption that is in the world through lust. You escape it in the world. You're consumed by the by your lust, but in the knowledge of the truth, you learn to put away the things of the flesh. It says here, 1 Peter 4:1, for as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Right, because you got to suffer. You got to detox. You got to let go of the world. You see, you have to put that in your mind that you're going to suffer not doing the things that you once did. But that's okay, because the benefit is much greater, as we brought out. You sow to the spirit, you reap life everlasting. This is for he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. Okay, and if you suffered enough, you learn that sin is not it's not the place. That ain't it. Okay, that he no longer lived the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of the Most High. Okay, that's the mind frame. That's the mindset. That's the level you want to be on. That you don't live your life to the lusts of men, of what men do, of what the world does, running, to the excess of riot. No, but you live to the will of the Most High. And that's really what you want to be at in life, okay? Living by the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, using your body as instruments to righteousness unto holiness, okay? Whereas before, you were just going hard in the paint, you know what I mean? Being the last guy at the party, But look at that, where that gets you. And there's gonna be some brothers that are suffering in the flesh, Let it may be from certain decisions, but hey, the Spirit has it to where the Lord offers a way to escape. The Lord is with us, and that's something that I've always believed in so greatly, that you become a new man. You are given a new slate, and I do this video for anyone out there who seemeth to be infirm in any point, in any way. Just know Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay, gives us a way out. Okay? Reap to the spirit, and you gain to gain life everlasting. Okay? Because, hey, to be carnally minded is death. You see? But to be spiritual, all right, is peace, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? The Lord is with his election. Peradventure, I myself, plus those who watch this video that this may pertain to, right? Because it is of a truth. It is of a truth, man. You go hard, and that's in anything, overeating, you know what I'm saying? Anything could be an addiction. Anything could be a vice. Okay, this is like a spirit, just like a spiritual war. It's, and in this, in Babylon, everything is tainted. Everything has a wicked vibration in it. Okay, so you really got to fight the battle. You see. But the Lord, he quickens the spirit. The Lord is miraculous, man, in how he deals with those who follow him, man. You see, right? Like the scriptures say, he that cometh must believe that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. So seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, not death. And the world is death. You see, the things therein is wickedness, man. Depart. This place will destroy you. Right? So, Lord willing, this was edifying. This, just a follow up to, or a part two, if you will, to the video that I did earlier. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rokakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aquat that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.